1.4 million might seem like a big or a small number, depending. If that was your guess as to how many cups of coffee or frantic emails to supervisors went into this afternoon, I would call that a small guess. But if that was when you talk about people in Canada, 1.4 million is a lot. It's bigger than the population of Ottawa. It's bigger than the province of Saskatchewan. It might shock you to learn that it's also the number of male survivors of childhood sexual abuse in Canada, going by the most conservative estimates. 1.4 million people, or about 8% of men in Canada. If that might seem like a big number compared to, or given how little we talk about it, I'd agree with you. It turns out that male survivors are incredibly unlikely to talk about their experiences. In fact, 45% of survivors will go 20 years before disclosing to anybody about what happened to them. This can present some unique challenges for people who are in the helping professions and trying to support them, one of which being a shortage of empirical data upon which to base treatments. With this in mind, I set out to interview five male survivors and ask them how they felt their experience had influenced their lives. They were aged between their early 30s and late 50s. It probably comes as no surprise that the short answer is negatively. Most of my participants had struggled with addictions for the better part of their lives. Most of them had at least one failed marriage. And of those who had children, half of them described their relationship with their children as strained or damaged. In fact, all of them described challenges in intimate relationships, citing issues with anger and trust. When one considers that in all of their cases, their perpetrators were trusted and known adults, none of whom faced any prosecution, one can understand how one might learn as a child that trusting is dangerous. It wasn't all negative, though. I heard some incredible stories. All of my participants reported that disclosing to a trusted confidant had been the beginning of their healing journey. And while many of them were on different stages in that journey, all of them reported that talking to other survivors in support group settings had been incredibly beneficial. I heard amazing stories about supportive partners who stayed up with their survivors through flashbacks and night terrors. I heard incredible stories about families united through love and support and communal understanding rather than through blood ties. And I heard about hope from men who at one point or another thought they didn't have any left. Well, there's still it goes without saying that there's a whole lot more research that needs to be done in this area in order for us to adequately understand and serve this population. Thanks to 5 brave men who took a chance on an inexperienced grad student, we know a little bit more than we did before.